We have to ask ourselves, how come we're not happy in life? How come we're not happy in life? What happened when your child came home today and you yelled at him for coming in with muddy shoes or not putting his books in place or doing something wrong or not putting his dish in the sink? Let's stop and think. You have a child. You have a son. You have a daughter. How many people would be jealous of you? They're trying to have children for years and years and years, and they don't have, or ever people that are not even married, they don't have a spouse. And you yell at your child. Why not try giving your child a compliment and building him up? And just think, how would you think if your child was captive in Gaza? How do you think you'd miss him? You'd yearn for him and cry for him. But he's not. It's such a gift that people take for granted. And the reason that people are not happy is because they take for granted. They take their children for granted. Look in the eyes of your son. Look at the daughter. Look at that wonderful gift that Hashem gave you. How can you yell at such a gift? How can you be angry at such a gift? Why not look for the good? Appreciate them. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much that I could tuck my son in bed at night. I could tuck my daughter in bed at night. Hashem, thank you so much. How many parents have a child in Gaza right now and don't know where they are, if they're still alive, amongst these savages? You come home and you have a bad word to your spouse. You yell at your husband. You yell at your wife. Well, how many husbands and wives have their spouse that is captive in Gaza right now in the hands of Hamas, and they don't know if they're going to come back or not? Stop and think. People dream of getting married and can't find a soulmate. And here we're married and we have a soulmate. And we don't appreciate that priceless gift that Hashem gives us. And so much and so forth. People are not happy because they don't appreciate Hashem's gifts. And when a person doesn't appreciate Hashem's gifts, you know why? Because that person has a sense of entitlement. There's no such thing as a spoiled person from too much love, a spoiled child from too much love. Spoiled means that a person has a sense of entitlement. When he gets something in life and never said thank you for it, never feels obligated to say thank you for it. This is the lesson of Hanukkah. We have to thank Hashem for everything and not take anything for granted. Rabbi Nachman tells us in Lekutei Moran, the second part, the second Torah, he says that Hanukkah is a time for thanksgiving. We also said Hanukkah is a time for self-assessment. Let's assess ourselves and why we're not happy. Maybe it's because we haven't expressed our gratitude. It's such a take it for granted that we have lungs, that we have fresh air to breathe. Thank you, Hashem, for my lungs. Thank you, Hashem, for my fresh air. Thank you, Hashem, for my eyesight. Thank you, Hashem, that I'm here, that I'm a free person. Thank you, Hashem, that I'm not in a Gaza dungeon, captive by savages. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. But while we're thanking for Hashem, while we're thanking Hashem for our good fortune, we're thanking Hashem for our gifts and lives, we also cannot for a moment forget those that don't have such gifts. Can't for a moment forget that right now, this very minute, there's soldiers dodging bullets, dodging RPGs, soldiers giving their life in dangers that we can sit in front of candles and say thank you to Hashem. We can't forget for a moment the captives in Gaza and understand what we're doing in Gaza. We don't want to be in Gaza. We want to be but we're in Gaza to get our captives back. We're in Gaza so that the people in the south of Israel can live peacefully because the current war on and off. Thank you, Hashem, for a day without missiles. Can't take that for granted. Every single blessing in life is something to thank Hashem. That is the message of Hanukkah. And once we get used to thanking Hashem and we appreciate everything, we don't have a sense of entitlement because we know we really deserve nothing and that everything we have, every heartbreak, every heartbeat is a gift from Hashem. Every breath is a gift from Hashem. And even I said, Freudian, every heartbreak, that's a gift from Hashem too. Sometimes the Kotzker Rebbe said there's nothing is more whole than a broken heart. So sometimes Hashem gives us a broken heart that keeps us from being arrogant, because arrogance, that's something. If Hashem breaks our arrogance, that too is a gift, because Hashem and the arrogant person can't be together in one universe. That's what the Gemara tells us. So if Hashem breaks our hearts, even for something that's painful, Hashem is doing us to keep us close to Him. That's a gift too. A broken heart, and certainly every heartbeat. So have a happy Hanukkah. Thank you, Hashem, for all our gifts and lives, and pray, Hashem, that all our sons and brothers and fathers in the army. They should come home peacefully and safe, and they should come home victoriously. And we should soon see not only our returned captives, but we will see the coming of Mashiach in our rebuilt holy temple in Yerushalayim, speeding our days. Amen. Happy Hanukkah and God bless.